Ohio State.
Wow.
The Ohio State University Buckeyes will be playing in a 15,000-seat stadium on the shores of Lake Michigan. How many Northwestern fans will be attending that game?
I don't know, Andy, but I love college football. Isn't it fun? I love that we live in a world where that exists. It's so good.
That is amazing. Okay. Ohio State, we're going to get right. I will cut to brass tacks here because we're doing the ceiling and the floor here.
Sure.
Ohio State is the only team in America where the floor is still a playoff berth.
Yep.
Ceiling is national title. Floor is playoff berth. Anything other than a national title is an utter failure.
Completely agree. There's too many things going in their favor here. You bring in Will Howard, a quarterback, one of the more sought after quarterbacks in the portal. He takes care of the football. He's a factor in the run game. More of a trailer than a truck, I think you would say, at the quarterback position, but he brings a different element to this offense. They bring in Quinshon Judkins to have one of the most ridiculous running back duos in the country. Yes, you lose Marvin Harrison. Yes, you lose Julian Fleming and Cade Stover, but you return Emeka Ibuka. You bring in some freshman named Jeremiah Smith that everybody's talking about. Never heard of that guy. And you return a lot of firepower on this defense. JT Tuimoloau, Jack Sawyer's back. You added one of the best players in the sport in Caleb Downs from Alabama. This is a team that will not allow a lot of points. And I think they're going to run the damn football. So, yes, they face Oregon. Yes, they face Penn State. And, of course, they get Michigan at the end of the year. But this defense and Will Howard, I think this is their shot to win a national title if you're Ohio State.
Oh, by the way, Chip Kelly is your primary play caller.
No. He left the head coaching gig to call your plays. Go win the thing if you're Ohio State. Just do it.
And that's the thing. Like, you may be saying, if you're not an Ohio State fan, or if you're not a Georgia fan, Alabama fan, like, how can you say the season is an utter failure if they don't win a national title? Because nobody's been set up like this.
Yes.
For a long time. Maybe 2021 Georgia. Maybe.
Sure. Maybe. I could see that argument. But, Andy, this team has, again, Andy, I mean, we're talking about this. What happens if they lose to Michigan again? I really don't want to
go get another job if you're Ryan Day. I'm not kidding about that. I don't think they'd fire him. I think if you're him, you're just like, I got to go. I'm sorry. Well,
I'm so sorry.
The crazy thing is you could lose to Michigan and still win the national title. So if you did that, you're okay. But then if you didn't do that, you just have to go find another job.
Correct. That's one where you do your little fingerprint and the finger scan to open the door and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
And you take the hint and you go home. Ohio State's got such a good shot here, man. I don't disagree, Andy. I think this is the moment for them to make it to the playoff 1 and 2, win the whole thing.
And I think with a 12-team playoff, because like the 2015 Ohio State team was very similar to this.
Right.
It did not even make the playoff because they lost to Michigan State on a nasty, cold, rainy day where they forgot Ezekiel Elliott was on the team in the second half. And that's not going to happen this year. Like, you can lose that game or whatever version of that game is this year's version.
Right.
And you make the playoff and you can still dump truck everybody in the playoff. So that's not an issue. Now you have no excuses. There are no excuses if this team does not win the national championship. So no pressure. But yes, ceiling national championship, floor 10-2 in a playoff berth.
Yeah.
Which will still allow you to win the national championship.
Just put the ball down and go play, guys. That's all you got to do. Just the 3 tough ones. I mean, obviously they get the 3 tough ones in Oregon, Penn State, and Michigan. But on paper, do you agree, Andy, that it's the best roster in the conference? Do you agree?
It's the best roster in the country.
Yeah. So just go play your game. Don't make mistakes. You win the whole thing.
Thank you so much for watching. Just a reminder, subscribe to this channel right here so you never miss an episode of Andy Staples On 3. And oh, by the way, watch all the other great videos on the On3 Sports YouTube channel.